What is up, car addicts? In this video, we're going to be talking about this week's Double Money Event Week as well as the property and vehicle discounts. This event week is for March 21st through March 27th, 2024. So the current prize ride for this week is the Vapid Winky. It's primarily based on the Willys MB and the Ford GPW as well, and has a normal price of 1.1 million and a trade price of about 800,000. To get it for free this week, you have to place top 3 in an LS Car Meet Series race for only 2 days in a row, so very easy this week. In regards to performance, it's in the off-roads class and is actually one of the slowest cars in that class, not really all that surprising, but the reason you buy the Winky is not for its performance, it's for the amazing customization it offers, the styling, the detail. It's just a really nice garage showpiece that I personally really like. Continuing to the test ride vehicles for this week, we have the Cheetah, the S80RR, and the Shafter LWB as well. And all 3 of these were Remove website vehicles, so definitely make sure to pick them up this week if you don't already own them. And for current gen console users, we have the Weaponized Ignis as the HSW test ride vehicle for this week. Continuing to the casino podium vehicle, we have the Night Shark. This one is primarily based on the Darts Combat and has a normal price of about 1.2 million. This one is of course in the off-roads class, and as of the Drug Wars update a couple years ago, it's now usable in races, and it's a top 10 performing vehicle in that class. Plus it has insane armor, taking a very impressive 27 homing missiles to blow up, which is the same armor as the Insurgent. And the cool thing about the Night Shark is that it doesn't have a special map icon, making it appear to be a normal vehicle to other players, and it has the ability to tow around an anti-aircraft trailer as well. Just a really good overall vehicle and one of my favorite armored vehicles in the game. In terms of the dealership cars for this week, in luxury autos we have the Fathom FR36 and the Cavalcade XL as well. Continuing to Simeons, we have the Sterling GT, the Seminole Frontier, the Cliffhanger, the Rustin, and the Rat Bike as well. And all of these are Remove website vehicles, so definitely make sure to pick them up this week if you don't already own them, especially that Sterling GT. That's one of the fastest HSW Sports Classics cars alongside the Turismo Classic, and just a really good car in general. Moving on to the discounts, in terms of property discounts, we finally have a discount on the salvage yard business. So we have 25% off the salvage yard, as well as 25% off the upgrades and renovations for it as well. Continuing to vehicle discounts, on Summer San Andreas, we have 30% off the Patriot Mil-Spec. This one's in the off-roads class and isn't all that quick or that great for intense off-roading, but it does look fantastic, has great customization, an exclusive detailed interior, a Monty tech, and is pretty good for some normal off-roading situations. I personally love this thing, and I think it's a pretty good deal at this price. Next up, onto the Warstock website, we have 40% off the B11 Strike Force, a pretty slow jet with the main highlight of it being the massive machine gun, which sadly doesn't have all that great of a fire rate. However, it does go faster once you go sort of about Maze Bank building altitude or higher, and it does have barrage missiles, homing missiles, countermeasures, etc. But again, the machine gun is a bit disappointing. Moving along, we have 40% off the Chernobog. So this one requires you owning a facility to purchase it, and sadly it has no explosive armor at all. One explosive and it just blows up. And for this thing to actually be an efficient vehicle, it's ideal to have a friend help you being in the gunner seat, because if you're trying to do this on your own, you have to get out, bring the jacks up, and then hop into the gunner seat. By the time you do that, you probably already killed. It just really isn't all that great in general. And the missile tracking is pretty good on the Chernobog, especially the lock-on distance. But again, the main issue is that anyone can just lock onto you and kill you with one homing missile, especially with this vehicle being such a large, massive target. I just don't really see it being all that useful in free mode. But I do have to admit, at 40% off, it's a pretty decent deal. Continuing, we have 40% off the APC. So this one is an amphibious vehicle, meaning you can drive it on water. It pretty much has a tank cannon stock, or you can upgrade it to have the homing missiles. However, you can only fire it from the gunner's seat, which is a bit disappointing, but it does take 8 homing missiles to blow up, which is pretty decent. Moving along, we have 40% off the Insurgent pickup, which is a Pegasus vehicle, but if you bring it to your Avenger or MOC, you can actually upgrade it into the Insurgent pickup custom for only about 200,000, and it turns it into a personal vehicle. This and the Night Shark are must-owns in my opinion, just fantastic armored vehicles. And lastly here, I'm putting this one at the end for current gen console users, which is PS5 and Xbox Series X/S. We have 30% off the weaponized Ignis, which is one of the best all-round HSW supercars for racing. Highly suggest getting this one if you don't already own it. Moving along to the gun van, we have the following weapons available this week, and 30% off the pump shotgun as well. In regards to clothing unlocks, if you purchase either the APC, Insurgent pickup, or the Chernobog this week, you'll unlock the HVY t-shirt, which is pretty cool. Continuing to double money, we have double money NRP on the Adversary Mode Motor Wars, and the recently added Drift Races as well. And lastly, for current gen console users, we have double money NRP on the Wildlife Photography Challenge. In regards to the weekly challenge this week, if you participate in 6 drift races this week, you'll receive 100,000. Continuing to the weekly vehicle robberies from his salvage yard business, again these only change once per event week. We have the McTony robbery with the Eudora, the cargo ship robbery with the True Fate Z-Type, and the gangbanger robbery with the Wagner. And sadly, none of these are claimable this week, which is a real shame. It seemed like Rockstar was going to potentially do one claimable vehicle a week, but that just doesn't seem to be the case. It seems like it's going to be something they do on occasion, like every other week or maybe once a month, who knows. But honestly, I think that that's a terrible decision on Rockstar's part, as it seemed like it was going to bring a lot more engagement to the game every week, but that's sadly not the case. Rockstar, I don't know what you're doing, but I would really rethink that. Anyways, lastly, for the time trials, this week's normal time trial is Up and Atom. I highly recommend a car with a high top speed or quick bike for this one. For the premium race, we have the Sports Classics Race 8-figure bonus. I highly recommend the Turismo Classic, Sheeta Classic, or Retinue Mark II for this race. And if you're on current gen, I highly recommend using the HSW Sterling GT or the HSW Turismo Classic. And lastly, for current gen console users, the HSW time trial is Textile City. As always, the HSW Hakuchu Drag were the best one for these. In terms of my vehicle discount pick of the week, I'm going to have to go with the Insurgent pickup. This is a fantastic price, and again, when you upgrade it to the pickup custom for only about 200,000, it makes it such a great overall vehicle. Again, I can't recommend this one enough. Definitely get it this week if you don't already own it. Anyways guys, overall this event week is sort of still no bonus money on any businesses, which is a real shame. And something I'm going to start doing at the end of these event weeks, let me know what you guys think down below in the comments, is giving them a score on a scale from 1 to 10, with 10 being the best. So for this event week, I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. I think we can all agree this is pretty much a dead-on average event week. But again, definitely let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. I mean, we have property on sale, we have some decent vehicles on sale, no business double money. For example, last week's event week probably would have been like a 4. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Thanks again for watching. Hope this was helpful, and I'll see you in the next one.